I know my value in special new ways. I feel sort of reborn, almost like I must have felt the day I was born, except that this time my platform is more known to me, and I've filled my vortex with things that I want. And the rebooting process that has just taken place within me, I can feel that I now get that step 3 that Abraham has been harping about for so long. I now understand that step 1 I took care of a long time ago. Step 2 was never my work to begin with. Source has always been in my vortex, lining everything up for me. And now my work, my singular work, is that step 3, allowing of myself to raise my frequencies to the level of what's in my vortex for automatic and natural and frequent and quite readily available unfolding. I can feel that it isn't about what I do. It's all about how I feel. And my life recently has shown me that if I try too hard, I go off in a crazy direction. And that all along it has been in the lack of trying. And anytime I myself or anyone else I have ever known has shown me lack of trying, what they've really been showing me is confidence in who they are and where they are. The trying amplifies their lack of belief in themselves, in the laws of the universe, in source itself, in well-being. But in the absence of trying, there is a triumphant recognition that my worthiness has nothing to do with my effort or my trying. That my worthiness has always been a vibrational recipe that I now, through trial and error, have magnificently achieved. And so I get it, that my work is not do nothing, because focusing is not doing nothing. My work is not do nothing because deliberately conjuring emotion within myself is doing something. Loving is doing something. But there's a difference between the doing of loving and the doing of buying a ticket. There's a difference between the doing of loving and the trying to manipulate some physical experience. And I am done with the effort, but I am not done with the doing. My doing is focusing, and my focusing is feeling. And emotion is the general, in the vortex, beginning place of that which I am. So, I proclaim to the universe, I love life. I love love. I love. Now let's just stay there because it stirs up stuff all over the place. Appreciate feels better than love. Appreciate it's the same vibration, but it's cleaner. There's less stuff attached to it. I appreciate where I am. I appreciate what I've been through. I appreciate knowing what I know. I appreciate being who I be. I appreciate the path I've been on because I appreciate where I stand. I appreciate what surely is in my vortex. I appreciate the path that's going to unfold. I appreciate the fun I'm going to have. I appreciate the fun I'm having even now. I appreciate feeling what I'm feeling. I appreciate being able to feel in this keen way that I do. I appreciate knowing who I am. I appreciate blending with the source within me. I appreciate standing on the cusp of so much that is to come. I appreciate anticipating what's coming. I appreciate knowing that it's not going to come all at once. I appreciate that it's not going to all come at once. I appreciate that it will come as I can easily digest it. I appreciate that it's going to come easily. I appreciate that it's going to unfold in a way that feels like ease. I appreciate that I'm going to be able to savor it as it comes. I appreciate that I don't have to eat it all at once. I appreciate that it's going to come in bits and pieces as I am ready for it. I appreciate the readiness that I've achieved. I appreciate everyone who's been part of this unfolding for me, but I appreciate how irrelevant everyone else's opinion is about all of this. I appreciate my understanding that my inner being exists. I appreciate knowing how my inner being feels. I really love lining up with who my inner being is. I love knowing that there are so many things that I don't have to think about now. I love the emotion that is within me, and I love my recognition that sometimes I can think a thought and right away I can begin to feel the knot tightening, and I can just say, oh, the knot is tightening. I do not need to think about that right now, and I can feel the releasing of the knot. I love recognizing that I have the ability to focus my mind, but more important, I have the ability to focus my energy, but more important, I have the ability to be who I really am, but more important, in my alignment with all that I really am, the source within me will join me emphatically and fully with no restriction in this moment. What I've been reaching for all along, the riches that I've been reaching for, is the combining of the physical and the non-physical me in a meaningful moment right here and now. To have a conversation with someone and have my inner being involved in the conversation means I no longer try so hard, because when you're hooked up with your inner being, the words that come out of you are always the perfect words in the perfect time at the perfect place with the perfect person. In other words, I don't have to explain to anyone anything. I don't have to make anybody understand anything. All I have to do is be who I am, because the universe will not sync me up with those who are not ready for me. So all I have to do is be real, be present, be alive, be alert, and be emotionally aware of what I'm feeling in any moment in time. Seems like I'm in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Seems like it can continue to get better and will. Seems like I've been playing this life just right.
Yeah.
Seems like everything that I am has culminated into something that is even more.
Yeah.
Seems like I can't get it wrong. Seems like I'm never going to get it done. Seems like I've deconstructed some thought. Seems like deconstructing thought can be noticed as boring. Has been. We know it's boring. It's boring, but it's
It helps us move vibrationally easily to the new place.
But feel that. We know it's boring, but
it has value.
We know it's boring, but isn't there a peacefulness in boredom? Isn't there a place somewhere in your life for 5 minutes off? Isn't there some satisfaction in not needing to jump right on the thought and explain it to someone? Isn't there something to be said for just being who you are and letting who you are demonstrate who you are? Do you hear your dog clamoring on and on about buying lottery tickets? Do you hear babies justifying their ever experience with word after word after word after word? Do you see how your incessant need to communicate and strike approval or strike a chord or make a point or get someone to understand you? Do you see how that incessant need